You yourself are a drag queen, and you are also one of the founding members of the Drag Queen Story Hour. Can you talk a little bit about what that was like, as well as how that lends to this story, specifically with Derek?
Totally. So I'm one of the founding queens of Drag Story Hour, and Drag Story Hour is exactly what it sounds like. It's drag queens and drag performers reading stories to kids in libraries, bookstores, and schools. And one of the ways I got involved is because I have a background in K through 5 education and social work, and I've worked with queer youth. And in San Francisco, I was trying to find a way to sustain my youth work and as a teacher, often queer and trans teachers struggle with this quandary of whether or not to disclose their identities in the classroom, whether or not it's appropriate or relevant, or if you absolutely should, but it's always a point of reflection. And what Drag Story Hour did was it encouraged me to bring my full self. It said, why wouldn't you bring that? And that's something that really spoke to me and resonated with me. And so I think, especially today, the far right spun the wheel and it landed on reviling drag queens and trans people as today's boogeyman, where, of course, history and fact will show that this is not the case. And they're obviously, like, often the fiercest proponents and advocates of treating people fairly and with the respect that everyone deserves and dignity everyone deserves. And so, in writing this book, I wanted to introduce the way that drag has profoundly changed my life and how it kind of allowed a world of possibility for me to have fun and be silly and feel powerful in the feminine aspects of myself instead of suppressing those things that might feel like a blemish at a certain time, but really can be such a source of pride.